Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, I know. Please don't crucify me in the comments, but we're finally back to posting some racing content on the channel. Sim racing content, that is. And yeah, you will notice, if you've been a fan of the channel for a while, something different is in this picture that you're watching right now. And that, of course, is this is a completely new wheelbase and setup and wheel that we haven't seen before. We're done with Thrustmaster, we're getting rid of them, and we're joining Team Moza, or Moza. One of the two. I think I'm going to say Moza. Yeah, probably Moza. But yeah, I'm done with Thrustmaster. I sold my old rig, or the wheelbase and the wheel, and now we are officially with the R9 base and the KS wheel. So we're going to do a little bit of a comparison between my new setup, my old setup, differences that I do like and some things that I'm a bit worried about as well. But for the most part, I think it just makes more sense economically, stability wise, you know, cross compatibility, future upgrades. Moza just does it a lot better. So yeah, that is the long story in a short version. But yeah, we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing, a little bit of a comparison, and then obviously first tests with this new wheelbase and wheel. So I hope you do enjoy, and we're back, baby. Nothing more to say except enjoy this video. Leave a like if you do, of course. Consider subscribing for more content, and we're officially back. So let's get it. Rightio, so I hope you did enjoy that unboxing sequence. Again, I'm very impressed with the form factor of the Moza base and the wheel. I think you would have seen in the unboxing, I was just shocked at how small this R9 wheelbase is. As you can see, it looks big on camera, and then on the internet I was like, whoa, okay, this is a sizable base, but then you unbox it, the thing is tiny, and the fact that it packs the same amount of Newton meter force torque as my old base, and I want to say it's like half the size, maybe more than half the size, just blew my mind. So let's start with the wheelbase. I'll throw some pictures on screen just to show you I'm not crazy. Just look at the comparison between the Thrustmaster T818 and the Moza R9. It is light years different, both in terms of height and like depth of the wheel. So as you can see from the images on screen right now, the Moza is smaller and more compact in every single way. The square footage, like I said, I think it's effectively half the size of the Thrustmaster base. And obviously, I think this comes into play, obviously when you have a private or dedicated rig, it's not as important. But if you're on a wheel desk setup on a desk, I think that is invaluable. You save so much space, potential weight from the desk, so you don't risk breaking your desk or whatever. And also, it's just easier to transport if you need to. So yeah, smaller wheelbase with pretty much the same Newton meters is just a win in my book for a variety of reasons, like I just mentioned. But I think that, you know, you can't really go wrong, and it looks phenomenal too. I must say, I did like the Ferrari branding on the Thrustmaster. I am partial in that sense, but you know, it fits the rig. It's all black, as you can see. Form factor looks great, you know, it's kind of sleek, all black, and yeah, just looks really nice overall. And of course, I can't not mention the quick release. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. I'll show you how easy this quick release system is. And I know most people know this, but for me, having never experienced Moza before, this is incredible. Watch this.
Wow.
I mean, what did that take? Maximum, like, what, 2 seconds? I mean, incredible. As you can see, this quick release system, and I know a lot of other companies are using it, but for me, coming from Thrustmaster, that is one of the best upgrades I could possibly imagine. I'm not saying the Thrustmaster was bad, but like just putting it in and having difficulty sometimes with the wheel and the quick release wasn't ideal, and it just added to the frustration over time. that I experienced with the T818 wheelbase. So now moving on to the wheels themselves. As you can see by the images on screen, again, less of a size disparity compared to the base, that's for sure. However, as you can see, the Thrustmaster is a lot taller. I say a lot, it's minimally taller, but there's more of a presence with the Thrustmaster wheel, and it's more top heavy in the sense that obviously you have the dashboard screen built in there, so they're prioritizing the top of the wheel more. But with the Moza, you have that clean cut, and the middle of the wheel is a lot smaller in that sense. So again, it looks very reminiscent of the old Williams Formula One steering wheel, which I think it's an acquired taste. I'll have to get used to it. I can't lie. I really enjoyed the appearance of the Thrustmaster wheel. Obviously, it is a replica, and the Moza is not a replica of a real-life steering wheel, so you got to keep that in mind. So now I'm going to quickly throw up on screen a couple of clips showing the differences between the button sounds and the shifter pedal sounds on both wheels. So as you can hear from both of those clips, the Thrustmaster is a lot more muted and squishy when you feel them. And maybe squishy isn't the right term, but they feel a lot more mushy when you press it, versus the KS wheel from Moza, where it's a pronounced click, a physical click. And especially with gloves, I think it might be a more satisfying feeling. And you know, when you actually know when you've depressed the button, you can actually feel when you've clicked it, and that you'll get that feedback from the button on the Moza compared to the Thrustmaster, which again is a little bit more of a squishy, mushy button feel. In terms of the shifter paddles, you could hear a very, very big difference. Moza have gone for a quiet, sleek sound on their shifter paddles, so they're trying to minimize the sound from the shifter paddles. I think they have a material in between there, so it mutes the sound. But obviously with the Thrustmaster, there's none of that whatsoever. It's a very audible click, and it just is all up to personal preference. In the end, I think I'll be used to the Thrustmaster click, so maybe it will be weird not having that when I'm using the Moza wheel for the first time. But I think for me personally, it's not that big of a deal, but just keep that in mind. Depending on what sound you want from your shifters, you'll make that decision accordingly. And a quick thing to mention also with the Moza KS wheel is that it comes with a huge sticker pack for customization. So as you can see, the wheel actually comes stickerless when it's shipped to you, and then they give you the freedom to add whatever stickers you want. And I think this is a great feature. However, there's so many stickers, much more than are actually required for the wheel. So as you can see, those are the ones obviously that are gone are the ones I've used, and that's taken up all the buttons on the wheel. So all these other ones you can put on around the rotary switches and stuff, but I feel like that's just a bit excessive. Obviously, if you like those, you know, colorful things on your wheel, go for it. But I think this configuration that I, made with the stickers that I chose, and I think it looks nice. I wanted to keep the sleek black carbon fiber design on there too. And just one nitpick thing, this is very, very, very non-important, but I thought I'd mention it. Let's say I wanted the TCS sticker, specifically in this configuration. It's only in red, right? So let's say I wanted the TCS, but I wanted it in yellow. There's only SCR, there's no TCS. So that's one thing, if you're really nitpicky about your colors and you want to match everything right, you have to be okay. If you want TCS, you need it to be red. So yeah, that's the one complaint I have. And apart from that, I love this. I think it's really cool that they allow you to choose your own things and put the colors and stickers wherever you want. So yeah, good job, Moza. So now there's nothing left to do, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably the part you've all been waiting for, but for me to actually try out my new gear for the first time. So the clip you're about to see is Assetto Corsa Evo, completely raw, unfiltered. I'd never used the wheel before, hadn't really heard about how it feels, how it handles. And obviously AC Evo is a new title. So I think it's going to give you a good indication of what what I'm actually feeling on first impression with this new wheelbase. So yeah, I hope you do enjoy, and let's roll the footage. I'm excited. All right, man. Yeah, force feedback. I can already feel it. So let's pull away. We are in the VW here. I don't have many licenses unlocked, so I don't have access to the quick cars, but I think we're gonna just skip the pit lane here and get out on track instantly. And it feels pretty good, man. The feedback is obviously there. I've cranked it up to 9 Newton meters, the maximum possible. Oh, that feels... The wheel is a very different shape to what I'm used to. It's long. Oh, wow. Jesus, the curb effects are pretty aggressive. That's like, let me run over it again. Oh, whoa. Yeah, you can, that's very pronounced in the through the wheel there, much more than the Thrustmaster. But like I was saying, oh yeah, there's those curbs again, but the wheel is such a different shape. I feel like my hands are so much further away from one another. Find the apex there, keep it on track. But yeah, so when I'm turning, it feels like my hands are so much more further away, which is definitely something I'm gonna have to get used to. But I'm looking down, the rev limiter's working as intended. It looks very nice indeed. Ooh, as we break into the corkscrew. Ooh, nice bit of feedback there going down the hill, of course. Ooh, a little bit of oversteer, but we do correct it. But yeah, the feedback feels really nice. Again, this is just first impressions. Obviously can't make too much of a comparison, but I must say, I don't know if it's because I've turned up the settings a bit more. It definitely feels a bit more lively than the Thrustmaster T818. I'm feeling a lot more of the effects when I'm driving. That's the main thing I'm noticing right off the bat here. But yeah, nice and smooth in the low speed corners. Oh, whoa. I just felt a kind of like a kick when I'm upshifting. Whoa, that wasn't there on the first lap. I'm trying to feel for it again. Oh, I accidentally double shifted there. Right, let me try and feel for this. When I upshift, there's definitely like a... Let me feel for it. Yeah, there's like a pronounced like jolt. No, okay, that's not a good way to describe it, but there's like a pronounced kick through the wheel, which is weird. I like it though, and I don't know if I'm just like over analyzing here. Maybe it was present in the Thrustmaster, but I'm like 99% sure it wasn't, which is really nice. So when I'm upshifting, I feel like a sudden kickback in the wheel, in lower gears especially, which is very nice indeed and very welcome. Adds to the realism for sure. Oh, it feels nice through the corkscrew with the 9 Newton meters, that's for sure. Ooh, you lose the car. Ooh. Just about keep it on. But yeah, that's actually the main thing I'm noticing right now. Above all, the gear shift effects through the wheel, which is really nice. I haven't felt that before, which is very welcome. And yeah, so not going to do too many laps here, but from first impressions, very impressive. I think the power is very, very respectable. There's nothing to complain about. For me, 9 Newton meters is perfect. And like I said, we are missing that 1 Newton meter compared to the T818, but I don't notice it. Like from 9 to 10, I can't tell a difference. Very, very impressive. Like I said, I think the effects you feel from a first impression standpoint are much more visceral and raw in the Moza R9 and through the KS wheel compared to the T818. So I'm feeling a lot more effect as I'm turning, running over the curbs. It's very, very, I want to say, raw, visceral is a good way to describe it. So those are my first impressions, but I am so excited to keep trying this wheel.